Greetings! Mantare79 here, and welcome back to another deck profile video for Cardfight Vanguard Deer Days! Alrighty, let's get started. Pressing the A button now.
Cardfight Vanguard Deer Days.
Loading game and proceeding. Here we are in the main menu, up to edit deck menu. And now in today's video, the deck profile I'm going to be making one for is a Keter Sanctuaries, Phantom Blaster Overlord, D-BT11. Okie dokie, let's get started. Selecting the deck, entering edit deck, and off we go. Here we are in the edit deck menu. And like I just mentioned before, the deck I'm building this deck profile video is a Keter Sanctuaries, Phantom Blaster Overlord deck, made up of cards only available up until D-BT11. Alrighty, let's begin. Going to filter settings and to pack, show only cards from D-BT1, Genesis the 5 Greats, D-BT2, Rush of Legends, D-BT3, Advance of Intertwined Stars, D-BT4, Awakening of Chakrabarti, D-BT5, Transfer Return of Brave Heroes, Festival Bet Collection 2021, Festival Collection 2022, Promo Pack number 1, D-BT6, Blazing Dragon Reborn, D-BT7, Raging Flame Against Emerald Storm, D-BT8, Minerva Rising, D-BT9, Dragon Tree Invasion, D-BT10, Dragon Masquerade, Festival Booster 2023, and D-BT11, Rising of Heroes. Pack selected, apply filters. Filters applied, let's get started. First up, the ride deck. And now for the ride deck. For the cards in this ride deck we are playing, Ride Deck Grade 3, Phantom Blaster Overlord. Skills, first skill, continuous as a Vanguard. If your soul has a Phantom Blaster Dragon, this unit gets +1 critical. Second skill, auto as a Vanguard. When this unit attacks, cost, retire 2 of your own rear guards. If the cost and paid, choose a Blaster Dart from soul or drop, call it a rear guard circle. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, that called unit and this unit gets +10,000 power until end of turn. Alrighty, grade 3 Phantom Blaster Overlord we have 1 in the right deck. Next, right deck grade 2 Blaster Dart. Skills, first skill, auto. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle or Rearguard Circle, cost, counter blast 1 and retire 1 of your other rear guards. If the cost and paid, choose 1 of your opponent's rear guards, retire it. This unit gets drive +1 till end of turn. Second skill, continuous as rear guard. During your turn, if your rear guard is retired this turn, this unit gets +5,000 power. Okay, grade 2 Blaster Dart we have 1 the right deck. Next up, right deck, grade 1, Little Sage Marin. Skills, first skill, auto. When this unit is rolled upon by a grade 2 with Blaster in its card name, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 grade 2 with Blaster in its card name from among them, reveal it, put into hand, and shuffle deck. If you do not reveal a card, choose a Vanguard Brave from soul and call it a rear guard. Second skill, continuous as a rear guard. During your turn, if you have 3 or more units, this unit gets +2,000 power. Affirmative, grade 1, Little Sage Marin, we have 1 the right deck. Next up, right deck, grade 0, Vanguard Brave. Skills, auto. When this unit is rolled upon, if you went second, draw a card. Confirm, grade 0, Vanguard Brave. Starting unit, we have 1 the right deck. With that, we've covered the deck's right deck. Next, let's get on to the grade 3 lineup. And now, for the grade 3 lineup. For the grade 3s in this deck we are playing, the grade 3, Phantom Blaster Overlord. Since we already explained this card's skills and effects during the right deck portion of the video, we'll just skip ahead. For the grade 3 Phantom Blaster Overlord, we have 3 in the main deck. Next, the grade 3 Phantom Blaster Dragon. Skills, first skill, auto. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, choose a card with Blaster and its card name from your soul, and you may call it to Rearguard Circle. Second skill, actions of Vanguard, once per turn, cost, counterblast 1 and retire 3 of your rear guards. If the cost and paid, choose up to 2 of your opponent's rear guards, retire them, and this unit gets +10,000 power and +1 critical until end of turn. And alright, the grade 3 Phantom Blaster Dragon, we have 3 in the deck. Next, the grade 3 Normal Order Gradia Gradel. Skills, first skill, continuous Regulus piece. You may only have 1 Regulus piece in deck and use it a total of 1 time in a fight. Second skill, Order. Play as if you have a grade 3 Vanguard Persona Ride and you do not ride this turn. Activate Persona Ride. Draw a card. All of your front units gets +10,000 power this turn, and your regard to Persona Road. Okie dokie, grade 3 Gradia Gradel. We have 1 the deck. And with that, you've covered the deck's grade 3 lineup. Next, let's get on to the grade 2 lineup. And now for the grade 2 lineup. For the grade 2s in this deck we are playing, the grade 2 Blaster Dark. Since we already explained this card's skills and effects during the Riot deck portion of the video, we're just gonna skip ahead. For the Grade 2 Blaster Dart, we have 2 in the main deck. Next, the Grade 2 Drilling Angel. Skill, Auto. When this unit is placed on rearguard circle, cost, put a unique card from drop into soul. If the cost and paid, look at 3 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 1 card, the same card name as the card put into soul for this cost from among them, call to rearguard and shuffle deck. Alright, the Grade 2 Drilling Angel, we have 2 in the deck. Next, the Grade 2 Skull Witch Nemen. Skills, first skill, continuous as a rearguard. During your turn, if you have a Vanguard of Blaster in this card name, this unit gets plus 5,000 power. Second skill, Auto. When this unit is placed on rearguard circle, if your Vanguard's clan is only Shadow Paladin, cost, counter blast 1 and put a card from hand into soul. If the cost and pay, draw 2 cards. Okay, Grade 2 Skull Witch Nemen, we have 4 in the deck. Next, the Grade 2 Knight of Inheritance Emmeline. Skills, first skill, Auto. When this unit is placed on rearguard from hand, cost, Soul Blast 1. If the cost and pay, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 unique card with Blaster in its card name from among them, call to rearguard circle or reveal and put into hand and shuffle deck. If you put a card to hand, choose a card from hand discarded. Second skill, Auto is a rearguard. When your unit with Blaster in its card name attacks, this unit gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn. Affirmative, the Grade 2 Knight of Inheritance Emmeline, we have 4 in the deck. Next, the Grade 2 Knight of Severity Cleotnia. Skills, first skill, continuous as a rearguard. When this unit will be retired for the cost of the ability of your Vanguard of Blaster in its card name, it may be regarded as retiring 2 units. Second skill, Auto. When this unit is retired by the ability of your Vanguard with Blaster in its card name, if your opponent's Vanguard is Grade 3 or greater, choose a Blaster Dart from your rear, and it gets Auto as a rearguard once per turn. When this unit attacks, cost, discard a card from hand. If the cost and paid, this unit performs drive checks until end of battle. At the end of battle, retire that unit until end of turn. And confirm, the Grade 2 Knight of Severity Cleotnia, we have 4 in the deck. And at that, we've covered the deck's Grade 2 lineup. Next, let's get on to the Grade 1 lineup. And now for the Grade 1 lineup. For the Grade 1s in this deck, we are playing the Grade 1 Aegismere Dragon, Sentinel, Perfect Guard. Skills, first skill, Continuous Sentinel. You may only have a total of up to 4 cards with Continuous Sentinel deck. And second skill, Auto. When this unit is put in the Guardian Circle, choose one of your units, and it cannot be hit until end of battle. If your hand has 2 more cards, choose a card from hand discarded. Alrighty, Grade 1 Aegismere Dragon, we have 3 in the deck. Next up, the Grade 1 Blitz Order Elementaris Sanctitude. Skills, first skill, Continuous Sentinel. You may only have up to 4 cards of Continuous Sentinel deck. Second skill, Continuous. You may only have 1 Elementaris Sanctitude in the deck. Third skill, Order. If your opponent's Vanguard has triple drive, this ability can be played without paying the cost. Plays with the cost of, discard a card from hand if your Vanguard is Grade 3 or less. If the cost and paid, choose one of your units and it cannot be hit until end of battle. Remove this card. Okay, Grade 1 Elementaris Sanctitude, we have 1 in the deck. And next, the Grade 1 Blaster Javelin. Skills, first skill, Auto. When this unit is rolled upon by Blaster Dart, reveal the top card of your deck. Call to rearguard circle as rest if it is a unit card, discard if it isn't. Second skill, Continuous as a rearguard. During your turn, if you have a Vanguard Blaster in its card name, this unit gets plus 2,000 power. And okie dokie, Grade 1 Blaster Javelin, we have 3 in the deck. And at that, we've covered the deck's Grade 1 lineup. Next, let's get on to the Grade 0 lineup. And now for the trigger lineup. For the triggers in this deck we are playing, the Grade 0, Spiritual King of Aquatics, it is Spiral, Overtrigger. Skill, trigger, additional effect. Choose a card from drop, put into your hand. Choose one of your units, and it gets +1 critical until end of turn. Alrighty, the Grade 0, Spiritual King of Aquatics, it is Spiral, Overtrigger, we have 1 in the deck. Next up, the Grade 0, Volition Rigger Dragon, critical trigger. We have 4 in the deck. Next, the Grade 0, Blade Feather Dragon, critical trigger. Skill, Auto as a rear guard. At the end of battle, this unit boosted. Cost, put this unit into your soul. If the cost and paid, choose one of your units, and it gets plus 2,000 power until end of turn. Okie dokie, the Grade 0, Blade Feather Dragon, critical trigger. We have 4 in the deck. Next, the Grade 0, Protection Magic Parabi, draw trigger. Skill, continuous as a guardian. If your opponent's Vanguard grade is Grade 3 or greater, this unit gets plus 5,000 shield. Affirmative, the Grade 0, Protection Magic Parabi, draw trigger. We have 3 in the deck. Next, the Grade 0. Affectionate Heart Angel, heal trigger, skill, auto. When this unit is put in Guardian Circle, if your Vanguard's grade is listed in your opponent's Vanguard grade, this unit gets plus 10,000 shield until end of battle. And confirm the Grade 0 Affectionate Heart Angel heal trigger, we have 2 in the deck. And finally, the Grade 0 Knight of Clarion Strings Ricula heal trigger, we have 2 in the deck. And at that, we've covered the deck's trigger lineup. And at that, the deck's been built. Cardfight explained. For the cards in this deck we are playing, 3 Grade 3 Phantom Blaster Dragon, 4 Grade 3 Phantom Blaster Overlord, 1 Grade 3 Gradiac Gretel, 2 Grade 2 Drilling Angel, 4 Grade 2 Skull Witch Nemen, 3 Grade 2 Blaster Dark, 4 Grade 2 Knight of Inheritance Emmeline, 4 Grade 2 Knight of Severity Cleotnia, 3 Grade 1 Aegismere Dragon, 1 Grade 1 Elementara Sanctitude, 3 Grade 1 Blaster Javelin, 1 Grade 1 Little Sage Marin, 1 Grade 0 Wingolf Brave starting unit. And for the trigger line of this deck, we are playing 1 Idisfaro Overtrigger, 8 critical triggers, 3 draw triggers, and 4 heal triggers. Alrighty, deck's been built, Cardfight explained. Now let's get on to testing out the deck. And here we are in the main menu, going to test out the deck over to fight menu. Going to CPU fight, and we're going to be selecting the deck I just showcased to you, the Keter Sanctuaries, Phantom Blaster Overlord, D-BT11 deck. It all looks fine from here, so selecting the deck, choosing my opponent for this fight, going up against Dragon Empires, Toshiki Kai, hard difficulty, and click. The battle begins, let's get started. And here we are in the fight, gonna decide who goes first, so rock, paper, scissors, shoot! Rock to rock one more time, rock, paper, scissors, shoot! Scissors, scissors, one more time. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot! Scissors to rock, I lose, going second. Drawing our starting hands. I got myself a Perfect Guard, Nemen, critical trigger, Emmeline, and a Blaster Javelin. Not a bad hand. Holding on to all normal units. Redrawing triggers, redraw. And Cleotnia, not a bad draw. Opponent goes first, he rides the Great One, Bar. End of their turn, my turn. Stand and draw. I write Little Sage Marin. For the right deck cost, discarding a critical trigger. Ride, Marin, skill of Wingolf Brave, draw card. Draw. Heal trigger, Now the question is, should I attack and let my opponent have a counter blast, but he'll be able to use it to activate Bar's skill? He discarded a critical from hand, so, should I give him the chance to add a Perfect Guard in hand, but my hand has very few defensive cards, and I went second, so should I pressure him early or be patient and wait? That is a really tough choice. You know what? I'm just gonna risk it. Go to battle phase. Marin to Vanguard, 8k. The attack goes through. Drive check. Over trigger. That's okay-ish. I guess I made the right choice. Critical Vanguard, re-adding from my drop zone to critical trigger. Wasn't the best outcome, but I can make it work for me. 2 damage. Boom. Damage check first. No trigger. Burning Horn. One less card to worry about. Second check. Draw trigger. Lucky him. End of my turn. My opponent's turn. Here comes Nihalim. Bar skill. Counter blast. Inserting his deck 4. Wait, Gojo? Not a Perfect Guard? Really? Well, it's his choice. He calls Gojo to back row. Vanguard to Vanguard. 18k. No guard, gonna take it.
ノーガードチェックザドライブ
First
トリガー
drive check.
ゲッ
Heal trigger. Ah, come on. Seriously? A draw trigger, then a heal trigger? My over trigger from before was wasted. Out.
トダメージ
Damage check. Phantom Blaster Dragon. Ah, not that guard.
ターンエン
And if their turn, my turn. Draw. Ah, critical trigger. Come on. Alright, Blaster Dart from the right deck. Discarding a critical for the right deck cost. Right, Blaster Dart. Merit skill.
ドスキル発動
Searching my deck for a grade 2 blaster. Nothing there. Instead, Superior Call Wingull Brave from the Soul. Call.
スペリオルコール
Blaster Dark skill. Counter Blast 1. Counter Blast and retire Wingull Brave. Retire Gojo plus 1 drive to Vanguard. Then I call Emmeline to rear guard. Call.
コール
Emmeline skill. Soul Blast 1. Soul
スキル
Blast.
発動
Look at the top cards of my deck for a blaster. Come on, Phantom Blaster Dragon. Ah, nothing. Fine, I'll just add the Phantom Blaster Overlord to my hand instead. There we go. And I discard a heal trigger for the cost, moving Emmeline to the back row, go into battle phase. Vanguard to Vanguard. 10k, Twin Drive. The reason I chose to put Emmeline in the back row is because in my opponent's using Dragonic Overlord, I don't have any Elementary Sandunes in my hand to block the upcoming attack to prevent the restand, so I gotta play it safe for now. Emmeline's skill, but nothing happens since she's the back row.
パワープラスノーガード
Twin Drive, first check, come on. Draw trigger, draw card. Come on, something, draw. Blaster Javelin, not bad. Power to Vanguard,
パワープラス
and second check. Come on, Phantom Blaster Dragon. Ah, perfect guard. It's okay, but I really gotta get Phantom Blaster. One's already in the damage zone. End of my turn, my opponent's turn.
マイターンドローライトザ
He's riding the Grade 3 Dragonic Overlord.
スキル発動
Skill of the Hollow, call it the rear guard.
スペリオルコールスキル発
The
動
Hollow skill, power to Vanguard.
パワープラスパワープラス
Power to rear guard as well. And calling Gojo.
ヴァンガード
Vanguard
にアタック
18k. Gotta prevent the restand. Perfect guard. Perfect guard cost, I am discarding
スキル発動
a draw trigger. Farabi, discard. Perfect guard activated.
チェックザドライブトリガ
Drive check. Tokachi Rashi, second check.
ーチェックザドライブトリガーゲッ
Critical trigger.
トクリティカル
Ah.
トリガークリティ
All
カル
effects in the Hollow. I made the right choice to block the restand at least. Ka-chink! Safe. Here comes the Hollow with 2
ヴァンガードにア
criticals.
タックだ
No guard.
ノーガード
Out.
ダメージ
Damage check first. Blaster Dark, second check. Come on, a heal trigger, at least a heal trigger. Ah, Emmeline, come on. And then their turn, my turn. Stand and draw. Blaster Javelin. I write Blaster, Phantom Blaster over from right deck, discarding. I have 3 copies of Javelin, I only need 2, so discarding 1 copy of Javelin, right, Phantom Blaster Overlord. Then I call Emmeline to the rear guard. Call. Come on, Emmeline's skill. Soul Blasting 1.
スキル発
Look at the
動
top cards on my deck for Blaster. Come on, Phantom. Yes, Phantom Blaster Dragon. Lucky. Adding Phantom Blaster to hand. There we go. And I discard a card. I only have. Should I discard a Javelin, or I should hold on some defensive cards? My opponent still has 8 cards in hand, so I have no choice. I'm discarding Blaster Javelin from hand. Then I'm going to call Nemen to the rear guard. Call.
コール
Nemen's skill, Counter Blast 1. Counter Blast. Discarding. I'm putting Phantom Blaster Dragon into Soul and draw 2 cards. Draw. Heal trigger and a Nemen, huh? It's an okayish draw. And then I'm going to call a Blaster Javelin to the center column. Call.
コール
I think that should be good enough. I just call 1 more Nemen to the rear guard. Call.
コール
Nemen's skill, Counter Blast 1. Moving this. Moving a critical into Soul and draw 2 more cards. Drilling Angel and Nemen, not too shabby. Going to battle phase. Nemen, unboosted, attacks in the
リア
hollow.
ガードにアタックだノーガード
The attack goes through. Boom, one less Vanguard to worry about. Now boosted by Javelin. My Vanguard to Vanguard. 23k. 2 criticals. Overlord skill. Retiring my 2 Nemens.
スキル発動だ
There we go. And Superior Call. Blaster Dark to the rear guard. Call.
スペリオルコールパワープラス
Power up.
パワー
Power
プラス
Emily skill.
スキル発動
Plus
だ
5,000 power.
パワープラス
Another 5,000.
スキル発動だパワープラスノー
The
ガ
attack
ード
goes through. Twin drive. First check.
チェック
No trigger. Second check.
ザドライブトリガー
No trigger. Persona right material. Pierce. 2 damage first. No trigger safe. Second check. Come on, nothing.
ダメージチェック
Yes, nothing safe. Blaster. Hold on. Even if I attack Blaster Dart first, it's only a 20k attacker. If my opponent gets lucky with trigger, the attack won't go through. So I gotta attack Emmeline first for 15k.
ノーガードだ
The attack goes through. Pierce. Damage check. No trigger. Safe. Now Blaster Dart to Vanguard. 25k.
ヴァンガードにアタックだ
Emily skill.
スキル発動だ
5,000 power.
パワープラス
And another 5,000 power, but it's not really helping out in this situation.
パワープラス
Guarding with critical trigger. 28k. Just barely enough. End of my turn. My opponent's
タ
turn.
ーンエンドマイターンドローさらなる
He's cross riding too. Dragonic Overlord the end.
ライドコール
He's calling Burning Horn.
スキル発動
Burning Horn skill. Look in the top cards of his deck 4. Nothing. Countercharge. Calling Dragonic Overlord.
ヴァンガードにアタック
Overlord to Vanguard. My opponent gets 2 twin drive attacks. So I only have 1 perfect guard in hand. I better let the Vanguard go through and see how it goes from here. I intercept with Blaster Dark. 18k. Just barely enough.
インターセプト
Ka-ching! Safe.
ヴァンガー
Next,
ド
here
に
comes
ア
the
タック
Vanguard. 18k.
発動
Burning Horn skill.
パワープラス
Plus 5,000 power. No guard.
ノーガードチェックザドライブトリガー
No trigger. Safe. Second check.
チェックザドライブトリガーゲッ
Heal trigger. Ah, come on. Seriously? He heals damage. Powers the Burning Horn. 1 damage. Here it comes.
トフィナーレだ
Ow.
ダメージチェッ
Damage
ク
check. No trigger. Phantom Blaster.
来たれ
Here comes the end skill. It's
終焉
restanding.
の始まりだエターナルアポカリプス
He restands his Vanguard and attacks
ヴァンガードに
again.
アタックだスキル発動だ
Burning Horn skill. Plus 5,000
パ
power.
ワープラス
Then I'm gonna perfect guard with Aegis Rare, and for the perfect guard cost, I am discarding.
スキル発動だ
He has 30k here with a potential for triggers, so in case of critical, I already have Phantom Blaster Overlord in hand for Persona riding, so just gonna discard Grady Gretel, discard perfect guard activated.
チェックザドライブトリガーゲッ
Heal trigger, oh come on, you kidding me? 2 heal triggers in a row. He's back to 3 damage now, so lucky.
トチェックザドライブトリガー
No trigger. So the attack is blocked. Ka-chink. Safe.
ヴァンガー
Here
ドに
comes
アタック
40k. No guard, taking it.
ノーガードだ
Ow.
ダメー
Damage
ジ
check.
ゲット
Ah, critical, come on, a trigger wasted. All the Vanguard, but it's wasted now.
ターンエンドスタンドアンドドロー
Persona Ride, Phantom Blaster Overlord.
今こそ真の力を表せペルソナ
Persona
ライ
Ride, Phantom Blaster. Draw. Oh, come on, seriously, where are all my triggers leaving now? I call Cleon near the rear guard. Call.
ドコール
And then I'm going to call Nemen to rear guard. Call.
コール
Nemen skill. Counter Blast 1. Counter Blast. For my Drilling Angel Soul and draw 2 cards. Draw. Emmeline and Drilling Angel. I think I made the right choice here. That's enough from a main phase to battle phase. Emmeline attacks the Vanguard, 20k. Guarding with heal trigger. Next, Blaster Javelin. Boosting Phantom Blaster Overlord to the Vanguard, 33k, 2 criticals. Skill of Phantom Blaster. I retire Cleotnia, treat as 2 cards. Retiring and Superior Call Blaster Dark to the rear guard. Call. Power up. And then Blaster Dark skill. Counter Blast 1. Counter Blast. Retiring Nemen. Retire one of my opponent's rear guards. Retiring Burning Horn. Plus my +1 drive. Cleotnia skill. This turn, Blaster Dark can drive check. Emmeline skill. 5,000 power. Another 5,000 power. Perfect guard, seriously? So lucky. Discarding a Togachi Rashi for the cost. Twin drive, first check. No trigger, Nemen, come on, second check, something. Draw trigger. Giving all effects to Emmeline. The attack fails, but now Blaster Dark to Vanguard. 35k. Skill Cleotnia from earlier. I discard 1 card. Discard Drilling Angel. And get drive checks. Emmeline skill plus 5,000 power. One more time. Plus 5,000 power. And here it goes. Twin drive, first check. Come on, something. Yes, critical trigger, just what I needed. Critical to Blaster Dark. Power to Emmeline. There we go. And second check. Come on, something. No trigger, Blaster Dark. 2 damage to opponent. And slash. Damage check first. Oh, come on. Seriously, another trigger? How did this opponent get so lucky? Nothing but triggers from their side. Second check. Come on, nothing. No trigger, safe. Still have a chance. Emmeline to Vanguard. With Blaster Dark skill from Cleotnia, self-retire. And attack, 50k. The attack goes through. Pierce. Damage check. Oh, come on. You've got to be kidding me. An over-trigger. An over-trigger at this timing. So lucky. 2 heal triggers and an over-trigger. And a Persona Rise as well. Come on. How is it so lucky? He calls Overlord. Overlord to Vanguard. Guard with critical trigger. Way better. 28k. Kachink. Safe. Overlord to Vanguard. At least I can be sure he has no criticals. He has no over triggers on the way, so guard with a heal trigger and a Parabi. 33k. Hold on. 38k and intercept with Emmeline. Guard, intercept. Plus 5,000 shield, 43k. 2 to pass. First check. Oh, come on, again! How does he keep getting all these triggers? So lucky! Second check, come on, nothing! No trigger, but a perfect guard. You've got to be kidding me. Kachink. Here comes the end skill. Restanding the Vanguard. Perfect skill, more power to Vanguard. 33k, 41k. 41k. If I guard with everything in my hands, it'll only amount to 53k. And I can save the perfect guard for the rear guard Overlord. Gotta risk it. Guard. 53k. 2 to pass. First check. Oh, you've gotta be kidding me. Another critical trigger. How does he keep doing this? Over and over, more triggers. Second check. You've gotta be kidding me. 3 critical triggers in a row. I made the right choice to save my perfect guard, but so lucky the whole game.
Vanguard にアタック
Perfect guard! No cost perfect guard activated.
スキル発動完全ガー
Chink! Survived, but this is really rough now. My turn, stand and draw! Going to main phase, I move Evelyn to the front row. Then I call Cleotnia,
ドコール
and the heal trigger, Harp Angel, call.
コール
To the battle phase. Boosted by Harp Angel, Cleotnia the Vanguard, 14k. He guards with Togashi-Rashi.
ガード
The attack fails. Now boosted by Blaster Javelin, Vanguard the Vanguard, 23k. Skill of Overlord, Phantom Blaster Overlord. Retiring Cleotnia, treat as 2 cards.
スキル発動
Superior Call Blaster Dark, call.
スペリオルコール
Plus power
プラス
and plus
パ
power.
ワープラス
Skill of Cleotnia.
スキル発動だ
Blaster Dark can drive check. Emily skill, plus 5,000 power.
パワープラス
He perfect guards.
スキル発動
He discards a critical from hand. Come on. Twin drive, give me something good. First check. Finally, something good. Critical trigger. I give all effects to... Emmeline.
クリティカルプラス
Critical up and power
パ
up.
ワープラス
Second check. Come on.
チェックザドライブトリ
No trigger. Persona Ride. Now it comes. Blaster Dark to Vanguard.
ガー
25k.
ドにアタック
Emily's skill from earlier. Discarding 1 card. Blaster Dark can drive check.
スキル発動だ
Emily's skill. Plus 5,000
パ
power.
ワープラス
He guards with a critical trigger. 28k.
ガード
Drive check. Come on. A Cleotnia. No trigger. Emily to Vanguard. 30k. 2 criticals.
スキル
Hold on. Blaster Dark retires by its own skill. 30k. 2 crits. Come on. The attack goes through. Pierce. Damage check. No trigger. That was a really rough fight. I managed to try and get the cards I needed for this deck, but damn, my opponent kept getting lucky with the triggers the whole game. I just barely managed to eke out a win. So I got win, attack under the power, perfect guard 3 more times. Opponent double critical, opponent drew an over trigger. I drew an over trigger as well, did a Persona Ride, 8 turns passed, did a superior call, retired 5 opposing units, and drew 3 more times in 1 turn. I got 3750 PP, total 26,775 PP. Pressing A to go next, leaving the fight and returning to the fight menu.
どのファイターにする
And back to main menu
ど
we
の
go.
デッキを使うどのファイトをするどのモード
And here we're in the main menu to edit deck menu.
どのデッ
With
キを
that, the deck's been built, Cardfight was explained, and I just finished testing the deck out in front of you. So first I want to say is, thank you to the viewers for watching today's video, and to please stay tuned for more videos I plan to upload in the near future. I also will show support by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my videos and channel. And with that I say, goodbye, and see you all soon.